All right. Hey guys, welcome. It's Friday afternoon. You made it. If you're in the United States, you made it to hopefully a 3-day weekend. So
Woo!
that's even better than just making it to a regular weekend. That's like
Yeah.
150% of a regular weekend.
If you're in Australia, you're already like too many minutes. You're way into your 2-day weekend, so that sucks. Sorry about
Yeah.
that, guys.
Well, if you're over in Australia, I hope you're in bed and not here. I mean, it's a great place to be here, but man, it's 2 a.m. You should probably just watch it tomorrow morning.
Yeah, probably
Uh,
better. Vacation.
So yeah, it's Friday, and on Fridays we like to hang out and we like to do some live modeling. So we're gonna do just that. My name is Aaron. With me, talking to us both without being seen, is Jody.
That's me.
That's Jody. And yeah, we are hanging out. This is gonna be a fun one. Um, I do want to say hello and welcome to everybody who's coming in from all over the world. Um,
I think like looking at the all these names and places scrolling past, I think there's literally someone from every place on Earth in our chat right now.
we did it. 100%
Woo!
coverage. Yeah, so thanks for hanging out with us, guys. It's gonna be fun. So, last couple weeks, 3 weeks, I was supposed to have streamed sometime in the last few weeks, but I was actually out for a couple weeks doing some video work. Part of that was going to Seattle to film a project that one of us SketchUp users is doing for the Seattle Aquarium. I'm not going to ruin it. It's going to come out as a video on our YouTube channel. If you're not already subscribed, head over to YouTube and subscribe. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a cool video. I don't want to spoil, but very, very cool. But we were filming that in Seattle, and I got to see the Space Needle, and I'm like, that would be a fun building to model. I was traveling with Matt, and Matt said, have you modeled it before?" And I said, "I don't know." I at this point have lost track. So,
Nice.
spoiler, I have modeled it before, but it was like 4 years ago, and I don't remember what I did. So here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna
So you're
take
gonna do it all with your left hand.
Yeah, that's right. No handed. I'm gonna just model it by pecking my face on the touch bar and keys. Um, no, I'm gonna try to model it, and I'm curious, like in an hour and a half, what my model looks like compared to what I did those many years ago. Am I faster, slower, better, worse? Yeah, this is we're gonna do a little bit of test here, but I thought it would still be a fun one because it is such a unique building and so different from like anything. I mean, there's nothing else that looks like that, right? So yeah, it's pretty cool.
So is your old one in the 3D warehouse? Like, can
It
people
is.
go pull it up and look at it?
I verified that it exists, but that's all I did. I didn't go open it up. I didn't look at it. I didn't grab it. I just
We're not going to pull it out halfway through the stream and be like, a miracle occurs.
yeah, and hit the magic button. Poof. No, nothing like that. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be interesting. So let's go ahead and let's see. Any fun comments? Man, it is crazy. Poland, UK, Yorkshire, Hungary, Syria, Central Coast.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Puebla, Mexico, Yorkshire, Vancouver, where the sun is out. That's weird.
Yeah.
You know what? The sun's not out here because of all of the smoke from Canadian wildfires. Fires.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Like we don't have enough smoke from when California's on fire. We need Canadian smoke now.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice, I guess. I
guess.
apologize as it
Yeah.
obscured my vision of the mountains.
Sorry to make you coffee. Yeah. But that was interesting. So being in Seattle, I'd always heard about the Seattle weather. I've been there a couple times before, but not spent a lot of time. It was sunny and warm. I got a sunburn while we were walking around Seattle. And I flew back to Colorado, where we brag about our 360 days of sun a year. And it was in the middle of a 2-week rain.
Yeah, we've had a lot of rain. I have an insurance claims adjuster coming tomorrow to look on my roof from the hail.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on?
We have hail damage on our car.
Yep.
The world's just...
Yeah, I just got a big fat check for hail damage that I don't think I'm going to fix on my car. So I don't know. I'm going to go on a road trip this summer and spend money that should be used to fix my car.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about that because my car was fine. There was no hail damage at all, but my wife's car had a bunch of damage, so we're gonna get it. We're gonna get checked out and talk to insurance. But I was like, that was exactly my thought. I'm like, if I have hail damage on my Jeep, maybe I'm gonna get a new soft top. But
Yeah, exactly.
she wants she wants to fix it.
Yeah, there's enough on my wife's car that and she's not doesn't even care about fixing. And the way I see it, I mean, there's dimples in golf balls, and that helps them go farther,
Mm-hmm.
right? I figure probably improves gas mileage.
Speed holes is what Homer Simpson called that when he put those in his car.
Speed holes.
All right, let's go. Let's do modeling now. Hold on.
Yeah, sorry. It's been too long since we talked.
It has. It's been a while. All right, we're gonna hop right in. I'm just gonna do it. So I have some imagery. I have 3 pictures I found that I'm gonna use to reference. I'm gonna go File and I'm gonna go Import, and I'm gonna grab. This is my main one, so I'm gonna import that. Make it nice and big. I'll scale it in a second. But this is the one I also shared on the forum. If you're not already on there, forums.sketchup.com, you can actually grab this file if you want. And this is the main one that I think I'll be working off of. This has all the vertical measurements, the shape of it. So we're going to work off this primarily. I do have a couple others. Keggy just pointed a picture of himself from. Well, that doesn't help very much, That's a good picture, but it doesn't help model very much. You can take a picture from the needle.
So yeah, we'll just have to at some point see if we can relocate where inside of the tower this picture was taken after you've modeled it.
Use photo match from the interior to line up that window. So this is one of the ones I want to use. This would be the primary one. I think they'll get a lot of the geometry from. And then the other one I'm going to import. I'm just going to import all 3 of them and throw them on the ground right here. Is this guy right here. So I grabbed this
style.
Not because I want to go into this much detail. I'm not going to model the interior, but what this shows is very clearly the increments that make up the top of the tower. So you can see the observation deck actually has, it's like, I think it's a 48-sided polygon. So I wanted to use that to actually create this geometry right here. So what I really want to do is create a component, one slice of this, and then just, model it once and let SketchUp do its thing. And then
it's three legs, right? So yes. I mean, literally, you just do 1/3 of this.
Exactly. So we'll do 1/3, and then up here, this will be broken into thirds, and on those thirds, each third will be broken into however many these chunks are. So I'm thinking ahead. I'm getting old, and I'm getting smarter. I'm thinking about breaking down into components before modeling, rather than, I do tend to do this, be halfway into a model and somebody in the chat goes, you could have done that with components. I go, yeah, I could have done that.
Yeah, but how boring would that be? Keggy posted another picture that might be more helpful. There
we go. That's closer. So from there, you see that little restaurant level right there, the little three-sided piece there down towards the bottom. I learned that was actually added to the Space Needle in the 80s. And I happen to have a 3rd image, which I will drop here, that kind of gives you an idea of what that looks like. You can see this was 1982. They added this. At the time, it was the Banquet facility. I actually don't know what it is now. We didn't get to go in it. We looked at it. Matt and I got footage of it. I'm learning that when you go someplace to film, you end up filming instead of like enjoying the place you're at. So yeah. So from about 2 miles away in a park, we got footage of the Space Needle and didn't actually go there. But we did learn that while we were there, it was celebrating its 60th birthday. So happy birthday, Space Needle.
Happy birthday. I mean, they have a birthday every year, so I guess you don't have to say happy birthday.
No.
You can say it every year.
Happy 60th birthday. It seems like a big deal.
Okay.
I won't be standing that tall when I'm 60, tell you what.
Mm-mm.
All right. So, yeah, so these are my images. I'm just bringing them in. I'm not going to do a watermark. None of these are big enough that I would want to model off a watermark. So I'm just going to bring them in, drop on the ground. I'm going to grab all 3 of them before I forget. And I'm going to add a new tag called ref, because that's what I call it. And I'm going to take all 3 of these and add them to that ref tag. That way I can toggle that off as I'm modeling and get rid of those images.
They don't look like the same scale.
They are not. So let's deal with
At a
that
glance.
right now. So this one over here, I'm not really worried about scale. This is not, it's all kind of isometric view anyhow. I just kind of wanted this to reference. So I'm not going to worry about this one so much. So I'm just going to take you, let's put you over on this side. These 2, I want to get to the same scale so I can actually work off of them. So there's no dimension here. So I'll start with this guy. So this says 602.25 feet.
And that's to the tip of the needle.
From the tip of the needle to, is that to here or to here? Wait, 100 plus 300 is 400.
Look at you doing math.
6, oh, so that's, they have a little dot here. This is not supposed to carry out. That's supposed to go to here. So from here, yeah, sometimes I accidentally do math and I'm like, oh, my whole complaint about how I can't do math just went out the window because I did it.
Well, at least you're doing it poorly.
That's true.
Yes, maybe.
Yeah, I'm ballparking, but that was actually called estimating and not mathing.
Oh, yeah. Estimating sounds more professional.
It does. It also is lazier than real math.
So Mamba77 is wondering if you're going to do the rock and roll building next to the needle. And Kagi is also wondering if you're going to do the EMP museum. Or did you go to the EMP museum? I don't even know what that is. Electromagnetic pulse? Do you like go in there and it immediately fries your electronics?
You get all that pesky data off of your working device go away. No, I'm not going to do any of those things. Thanks for asking.
Nice,
what?
Thanks.
This 600-foot building's not enough. Oh, all right. I'm going to grab this line I just drew.
EMP actually, so
I'm going to grab all this stuff and make it into a group because I want to scale this image and not everything else. So now I can come in here. I can, what was that? 102.25 or 602.25. So I'm going to put a dimension on that edge. Call it 602.25 feet. Yes, scale that group. All right. So there we go. That looks a little more appropriate.
By the way, the EMP museum is apparently the Museum of Pop Culture, now called the MoPop.
Oh, I didn't get that out of yeah, see that makes a little more sense, right? Heather's down there. Right.
Nice. Wow, she's tiny.
Yeah. I'm also doing, I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I am currently wandering into the modeling at scale world here. Something else I don't do very well. All right.
Well, at least we shouldn't have any like missing faces problems.
True. Let's hope. We'll stay big with this. All right. So this is about
knock on wood.
136 feet across. So I'm going to come into this guy right here. Take a line just like I did before. Was this off axis? It is slightly. Ooh, look at that. Okay. I'm not worried about that right now, though. Need my edge. Same thing. Grab that. Make a group. Go into that group. And then...
Wait. So that image shows that there's segments. It's not a perfect circle. Was this designed and built from a SketchUp model?
Possibly.
Oh.
All right. So if I do that and I take this up here, and get a little Z fighting, but I should see... Yep. Same size. All right. These are the images from which my needle will be built. You know what that means? It's probably time to do. Oh, you don't have that button.
I don't have that button.
Save.
I can try and save. I guess I could try that.
2023. To differentiate from the one I built in the past. All right, let's start doing some modeling. All right, so I want to put this on a base. I don't have good imagery of what this base actually looks like, so I'm just going to put it on a circle. That's the same number of sides as it is here, and then I'm going to break that into thirds. So if I come look at this, I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So yeah, 48 sides.
That's good because that's divisible by 3
That's
and
what I was
4.
trying to do. Thanks for mathing that at me.
Well, that's just 24 times 2, so we already knew that it was gonna. We already good there, right? It's divisible by because it's divisible by 9. No, it's not divisible by 9. Man, messing me up.
All right, I'm making
Yeah, it's divisible by
116 foot uh, edge. I'm just going to pull it over here and make a circle. It's 48 sides. Boom. Go to the center, pull it out to the edge. There's my base. That's right here. We'll drag that down from here to about here, and then I will pull that down. I don't know, some amount. All right. Not really that concerned about that, to be honest. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to divide this into 3 sections, so I only have to make 1/3. So I'll grab this, grab from the center. I could count how many spots over that is and then draw an edge there. Or I could just grab this and say, I know that 360 in thirds is 120. And that's not math. That's just a thing I remembered. And I'll type 2x.
That's like you saw it on a chart somewhere or something.
Yeah. Yeah. Maybe my daughter's
Or maybe you
homework,
used.
or I don't know.
Maybe you used your gazintas went all the way up to 120.
Odds are against that kind of retention, but it could happen. All right. I'm going to make this component, and I'm going to call it third of a needle. I'm going to take that, and right now, I'm just going to go here, option rotate to here, 2x, and we have that. All right, there we are. Wait, something weird's going on here. It's getting a weird shadow right here that I did not like.
Something is weird is going on.
Right,
like seeing this part sort of detached from the rest of it makes me think of like one of the Star Trek movies. There's something where they literally separated the disc from the rest of the Enterprise. I don't remember which movie that was, though.
Yeah, I do remember that happened.
Yeah. It seemed like a very weird design choice.
It did. It was like a lifeboat kind of deal. I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
Hmm.
Okay. All right, let's start on the middle here. So we have this little round building, and I'm just going to, same thing, I'm going to go ahead and just draw a line across here. Grab that edge. Actually, wasn't paying attention at all to that dimension. I'm coming up with approximate dimensions. So that's about 42 feet. So I'm going to come in here. I'm going to draw a circle like this. 42 and half is 21 feet. And then I can just get rid of that. And then raise that up. Oops, I hid the rest of the model. Let's see. That's about, if I come from here up here, the walls come up. All right, so we'll call it 10 feet. And then it's got a little roof for another about 3 feet. So we're going to go like this. I'm going to go pull it up 10. Haha, 10 foot. And then just to make that roof real simple, I'm going to offset this edge. And I do have to make sure I keep an eye on this extra geometry, because as it overlaps, this can get a little bit weird to keep an eye on, but there we go, something like that. And then I'm going to pull it up. Well, we'll go 12 inches. Erase that, and then grab this point, pull it up. Vertical, like.
Now it looks like a circus tent.
Not quite that much. There we go. So I am getting, see this shadow? when you're working with geometry like this, and you get this shadow where you shouldn't, like this is a flat surface, right? That should not have a shadow. That's an indication that something is smooth that shouldn't be. You can actually smooth any edge anywhere. If two edges are kind of meeting like this and you smooth it, you get a nice smooth surface. If you smooth like a 90-degree angle, it'll get rid of that edge, but it will, as it tries to kind of smooth those two faces together, it'll a lot of times cause weird shadows like this. So I'm guessing that this edge got smoothed somehow. So I can't select it. That's definitely a giveaway. So I'm going to come in here. I'm actually seeing all three sides, all of my three copies here. So I'm going to go into View, Component Edit, Hide Similar Components. That'll get those out of there. And if I come over here, it doesn't look like it's. Oh,
Ooh,
something weird happened there.
that ain't right.
There you go. So yeah, that edge got smoothed.
Oh, there you go.
Boom. Clean it up. Ah, ha, ha. That's what we want. Sweet. All right. Moving on. Let's keep going. All right. So somebody who's been there, tell me this. This elevator piece in the middle, is this square or is this triangular?
Or circular. I mean, there's so many options. Come on.
That's true. I think I want it to be a triangle, but I don't know that it is. Or somebody who's good at looking things up on the internet could tell me that too.
So you didn't actually go to it while you were there?
I did
Is that
not.
what you're telling me?
No, we did not. Unfortunately, we didn't. We wanted to. We talked about it, and then we didn't. That's the
good.
entire story.
Okay. Wow. It's a great. It's a great.
It's really
story.
not much. It's not awesome. I admit, but it's a story. It's my story. All right. As we wait for some information on that.
So if you're asking about that center piece,
Yes.
the entire tower there.
Yes. That's what I was asking about. Is this a 3-sided or a 4-sided shape? I think it's one of those.
Looking at this picture, there's too much going on to really say.
Yeah, that's the
look
hard thing.
Look on the forum there. There's a picture of kind of a picture shot.
There we go. Yeah, it looks like it could be 3 or 4-sided from that image. I think it's triangular.
Yeah, that was helpful.
I think it's triangular. I'm going to pretend it's triangular.
Oh, here's a better shot. Just a sec.
Okay.
Put that in there. Doodly-doo.
So I'm tracing out what I can see of this leg right here.
So, I mean, I think that probably it's a hexagon, but 3 of the sides look like they might function as elevators or something like that.
A hexagon works. That works. We can do that. It's 3 sides, but the corners are clipped. Thanks. Hey, Nate, how's it going? Nathan Trick is in the chat, and he and I went to school together.
Nice.
And he pursued a career in architecture, and I do this.
Nice. Who's having more fun? Oh, well, I mean, that's probably all subjective, right?
That's true. Yeah. We probably both point at the other.
Yeah, probably so.
All right. So I have this. This is tricky too, because stuff starts to get a little weird with these angles, but I'm going to do my best to copy the geometry I have here. Whoop, whoop. Go all the way down like a dot. And this all goes away. Cool. All right. So I'm going to grab that face and I'm going to rotate it about this middle. No, That's not right.
I mean, you haven't been there, so you really don't know if that's right. It might be right.
Well, that was the wrong axis to rotate it about. I should have used the other command for that. I didn't. Flip. I didn't flip it. All right. There's that. So I need to get some depth on it. Start by pulling it out 6 feet. 6 feet. I'll just set my working measurements to feet because I don't know that it makes much sense to worry about inches. Grab these guys. Nope. Oh, come on. I just want these 2 lines. There we go.
I'm seeing lots of Space Needles on the warehouse, and none of them have your name attached to them.
You're probably not looking back far enough. It's been a while.
Oh, is that an option? I see one from the 3D warehouse staff.
Nope, that's not me either.
Yeah. Are you the only Aaron on the warehouse?
That is, yes, I am. As in, that is my name. I have found that there's some other people who have laid claim to the name Aaron because they were born with the name.
Well, that's weak. That's weak sauce.
That's what I keep saying.
I see an Eiffel Tower. Man, I see a lot of Star Wars stuff.
Hey, just
up with this guy in Star Wars.
Yeah, probably an issue. All right, so what I want to do here, let's talk about what it is I think I'm doing here. I want to get as much detail into this piece as I can while it's laying flat. And then afterwards, after I kind of put the pieces in there, I want to use a tool, Fredo scale, to do that. So I'm going to take it and I'm going to rotate it so it's, coming up the side. And then I want to use Fredo scale to bring the top and bend it back out. So I'm going to model it flat and then pull it out afterwards. Let's see how that works. I don't know. I'm making this all up a second time, apparently.
Yeah, and you appear to be at this point on a completely different journey than you were.
Oh, yeah?
When was that? 2019, 3 years ago. Almost 4, 3.5 years ago.
All right. Ooh, apparently these are not, that was not really good. Here, let's go from here to the very top one. And divide that by 7. Oh, baby. I do appreciate when stuff works as I say it's going to work. That is not a for sure thing.
I like when you divide things by 7. 7 feels like such a risky number to divide by.
Hey,
because it's prime number and stuff.
Going with the number that I got here. All right. So what I want to do here is these parts have like these kind of curves. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to draw a line across here. Stop it. Put a circle right there. Stop it. And then I'm going to grab this guy right here, and I'm going to scale that up like that. And then, yeah, I like that. I like how that looks. Up here is going to be a little different. Let's go ahead and let's just copy this. Copy that. Bring it up here.
Copy that, Red Rooster.
Let's go a little more. Stand on axis as much as possible. I grab that. Rotate it 180 degrees. Grab by the tip. Drag it straight down. And then I'm going to grab this, scale it. Let's try this. I might have to move that back down afterwards. No, it's not going to work. All right. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to scale it out like this. I'm just going to go with it. I'm going with it. Beep. Little tiny edge there. Little tiny edge there. There we go.
Eric pointed out that in your previous live model version, you did it, it took 2.5 hours. So the fact you're doing it in 2 hours, you can basically just sort of skim over half an hour worth of work.
That's true. Really phone it in here, can I?
I feel like that's kind of the new motto anyway, since we've moved to the headed off at 2:00.
That's true. Well, it's a holiday weekend too. I really feel like I've done nothing to earn that. So, all right, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna make it into a. I can make it a component just in case. Needle leg. You know, like an insult you used to call somebody who had thin legs back in elementary school. Hey there, needle leg.
Yeah, that's what I called everybody. That was really my go-to insult.
All right, I'm gonna grab it. I'm gonna grab it by the middle there, and I'm gonna drop it here. Oops. Undo. There we go. I missed some geometry. Like all these little support guys here, which I imagine are important.
It's always nice to be supported.
Yep. Which you need that if you got needle legs. All right, so I'm going to copy that over here. Now, because it is a component, ooh, that's a big link that got put on Facebook.
It's to
I'm gonna leave that to you.
It's basically to search results from Bing.
Okie dokie.
What's interesting though is they're all. I mean, there's really only a couple of angles you can really get a picture of this from ground level. So,
you know, it's
a whole bunch of people staring up at the bottom of the disc.
It is. It's weird. It's I mean, it's 600 feet, right? It's big. But yeah, like we try to. You see these pictures of it all the time where it's by itself, but it's downtown. It's surrounded by buildings on every side, so it's really hard to actually get a shot of it where it's not, halfway covered up. All right. So here's what I'm thinking. Following that like that, now I need to, from about here to here, have it tilt back the other way. So I'm going to do that. I'm doing this in a component, so I want to come into the geometry, select it all. I think I got to make it a group. And then let's go to Fredo 6, Fredo scale, radial bending. And I'm going to tell it that I want to bend it from, like I said, about here to here. I'm just going to take it, bend it out like. All right. I feel pretty good about that. My only problem is I don't have those other ones bent the same way. So I got some cleanup to do with my ends now because my ends were made for square cutting the other way. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into this, and to work on this easier, because I want to work on the geometry as it relates to the entire model. So I want my axes to match my global axes. I actually click on this and I can say reset. No, actually I have to go. What do I need to do? What am I thinking here? Change axes? Oh, well,
I
I'll
don't
just,
even know. Have you saved lately? Do you do that anymore?
yes, I saved. I stealth save now. I won't brag. I'm pretty
Okay,
good like at sneaking in there and saving.
nice,
Um,
nice.
yeah. So I'm gonna say axes. Do I have to do this? Now if I leave this, say, do you want to update the axes? Yes. And now when I come here and pick this, look at my container is upright because it aligns to the main axes. Now I can come in here and I can do things like grab, explode this because it's in two groups. Grab that, move that vertically down to there. That puts my feet on the ground. Up here, I'm going to go across like that, maybe. This is gonna be tricky because this is all kinds of leaned and stuff. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna draw a rectangle like this. Let's get this away from the building. There we go. I don't know what I just drew. There we go. Let's try this again. Let's put a rectangle right there. Yeah, that's what I want. And then I can grab these faces right here. Right click, intersect face with selection. That'll cut all that stuff. I can just
Snip.
push those over. Oh no, because they're leaning in that direction too. So really, I don't care about any of this. Delete, delete, racing, racer.
It's killing me that you're not orbiting to do that. You're just like doing it from that weird wonky angle.
All right. I wish you had a poll for this. How often does this happen to you guys where you end up your modeling and you're like turning your head to get into a place rather than orbiting? Or I know I can't be the only one in the world doing that. So don't lie. Don't lie. Make me feel good about myself.
I mean, that
Tell me
goes
I'm
back
not
to
alone.
gaming too. Like how many times have you like you're holding your controller, like twisting the controller to, which I guess if it's like a switch, then you could do that. But
That's true. It helps.
yeah, you think somehow changing your position is going to affect it.
Yeah.
Ahmad said that it happens all the time to them.
Man, I guess I don't have to tell you guys anything about what I do because you all sit here and watch me do it. All right. Okay, so I'm gonna take this now, and I'm trying to figure out exactly how I want to go about placing this. I'm gonna grab it by the midpoint of the legs. I'm gonna create a throwaway piece of geometry to select by, and I'm gonna come over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
What's more fun than
That's the middle
watching
point.
Aaron count?
I could think of a thing or two, I bet.
Not much. Maybe watching Aaron place microchips.
Oh, good golly. Yeah, that's a thing that we should never do again. Or probably talk about. Let's just not talk about that. All right.
I figured it's still educational that way. People will be like, oh yeah, no, I'm never going to model a graphics card.
That's right. What not to do in SketchUp. You're welcome. I'm sure there's a place for that. No, there's not. I lied. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. All right, so I'm going to take this, Command X, come in the context of one piece here, edit, paste in place. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's get the rest of our model showing first. This is for theatrics. I hit the wrong button. Oh, tension is building. All right, hide some of the components. Now we say edit, paste in place. Boom! Look at that.
It was interesting, like when you threw just the one piece up there, though. Like this looks like it has a very like this taper, seeing it all three pieces up. But for some reason, when it was just one, you could see it didn't look it's an illusion. I mean, it looked like it was more or less just kind of straight up
Yeah.
because you're not appreciating that it's tapered in the middle like that.
Yeah.
Wearing a corset.
That's cool. It turned out really cool looking though. All right. Let's throw this elevator shaft in. And well, I guess we could come in here and do this.
I think once this is done, we need to go back and get the previous live stream, set them up, like go back in, processing, have the editor go in and run them side by side so we can see where you're at in the process or how your process is different.
I like that idea. That sounds like fun.
Sounds like something awesome for someone else to do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. We have people. Hold on. I got to do this because this is one of those things that drives me crazy. And I did this because I copied that first surface and I copied it up all the way up here. And
it's like reverse stitching.
It is. It's unstitching. Stitch removal. All right. That's enough of that. Okay. So we do have, so this one, 1, 2, 3 up, and then 1, 2, 3 up from that. So this guy and this guy shoot across here too. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to grab all this geometry. I'm going to come in context first. Grab all that geometry. I'm going to option copy it and slide it on over like this. I'm going to rotate it. .60 I think. I'm pretty sure 60 degrees is right. We'll find out in a minute here.
The fun way.
That's right.
That's my new way to describe it. It's not the hard way, it's the fun way.
Well, that didn't work in any way, shape, or form. How did I do that? How did it make it? Oh, because it's angled out. Okay.
See? That was the fun way.
That was way more fun than it should have been. Okay. Let's back it all up. All right. So the problem is it's tilted this way.
Legs.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is fun. But this is the issue here is that this is geometry that, well, now I'm wondering, do I want it? All right, let me just finish one thought for heaven's sakes. All right, let's do this. 60. All right. Push pull. What the crap? Why is that broken?
I don't know. But it's great. It's great TV.
There we go. All right. So yes, that is absolutely correct. That is just where it should be. That's super duper, right? But it does need to lay back this way. So that's what I'm kind of wondering.
So going back to the comment about doing like circuit boards and stuff, Lawrence said that his first use of SketchUp at work was modeling a new device, including the PCBs. He had a library of surface mount parts, and he just placed them on the correct position using a screen grab from the PCB layout. So he actually was paid to do that.
Well, technically, so was I. But...
Oh, yeah, it's true. Okay.
Well, only for a very short amount of time.
Felt like a long time.
It did felt like forever. I'm sorry. How long did you do that for? I got to know. I'm going to take this and I'm going to shove it back on. Actually, I'm going to make it a group because I don't want it to merge with anything. So make it a group and I'm going to move it on the green axis. Yes. All right. And then we'll come in here. Unhide the rest of the model. So it just gets in there. Boom. That is exactly what I think I want. All right. Let's move up and repeat that. I come in here, grab this. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to copy from this point right here, option. And I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to place it right here. That'll put it in the exact same spot on this far side. So all I should have to do is come in, push this back into here. There we go. All right, so we're matching up pretty good. I'm going a little quick. I'm not doing... It's bugging me not to clean this up and go in and merge it and all that stuff, but I am trying to keep in mind that I'm halfway through my modeling time right now.
Oh, no, you've got an hour and 15 minutes. That's all kinds of time. Lawrence said he did it for 2.5 years before they started using Inventor. And Kegi doesn't want to talk about this anymore. He said we promised we wouldn't talk about this.
That's right. You always drag me back into this, Jody.
Because I just like to watch you squirm.
Oh boy, that was rough. Yeah, so if you guys ever want to laugh, don't go watch that. All right, so I want to do something here. I would like... So this this cage right here, this, you know, back and forth pieces, this truss shape, I guess you'd say, goes all the way up here to the top. And you see it ends in the middle of a diamond here. Also starts in the middle of a diamond. So what I was thinking, what I would like to see is, it's going, well, I could go like this. Am I inside a component right now?
Probably.
Yes, the answer is yes. I could go like this and draw approximately a square around one of these truss pieces, right? And then I could take that and I could say, all right, take that and copy it up, option here, and do that whatever 30x, and see if that lines up. You can see it's off. I'm already in that amount of time, I'm already off by half of that shape. So what I'm thinking instead, here's what I was thinking of doing. Get rid of all this. Take one edge, go from here all the way up to the top. And then take that, right click and say divide. And now I can slide this red dot so it's right about there. And what I can do with this is I can slide it back and forth as I have more and more visible and see how close I'm getting. So I'm watching a ways down to see where that's hitting, rather than having to go through and count every one of those shapes. So that looks pretty good. 57. Now let's go to the bottom and see how close that is. Whoa, look at that. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to take that. I'm going to draw an edge here. I'm going to draw an edge here. I'm going to grab these two edges, offset it by, yeah, let's say 6. Grab these two edges, offset those by 6. Cool. And now I can grab both these faces and just spin around 180 degrees. And there we have one truss chunk. All right. I'm going to give that a little bit of depth. Get rid of this. Take that, make it a component. Call it the X. I'll copy that up to here. 56 times. Nope, 56 inches. One more time.
You know, similar symbol.
Oops, I got some extra. Oh dear. It's all falling apart. There we go. Got a little extra edge there I didn't want. That was what I was trying to get rid of. All right, grab that. Option. Boom. 56x. Hey. Sometimes a plan comes together. Now,
I love it when that happens.
I got to revel in it because I've done more than my fair share of, well, I thought that would work.
In fact, in this video, it's happened several times now.
That makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. All right, I'm gonna put a piece like this. Grab that while it's flat. Option copy that right over here. Almost. Whoa. A lot of geometry. So when I zoom in, when I zoom way in, that's what I was trying to say, with my space mouse, it gets a little squirrely. All right. So there we go. There's that. I'm gonna grab. I should hold on. Scoop this. I need to go get rid of this geometry at the top because that's good. Make group. And because this is a component, one of the things I can do is I can come in here and erase this edge, this edge, this edge, and this edge. And it'll make that all look seamless there. All right. So we will take all of that now. That's good. That little edge. Make that a new group, and then we will copy. Come into context. So this actually falls on the opposite side. So this is going to be a little weird, but it's going to be edit. Paste in place. I don't know why I pasted in place. I paste. And I'll want to. All right, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna move it by a point that I have at the middle, which is this, the middle of this X. I'm gonna put that onto a point, a single point on this middle piece. So I'm just gonna drop it right. Whoa, 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 whoa. Okay. Like that. All right. And then I'm gonna slide it back along this axis. So it's about where I think it's gonna be to create that triangle with the others. Sweet. And then I'm going to come up to the top and I'm going to move it vertically so it hits this right here. And then just so I can see the whole thing, I'm going to use scale. Where's my scale? Where's my handle? There it is. I'm just typing numbers now.
Yeah, I was gonna say this is getting tense right here. Do some
There we go.
do some math with those number and
no ballparks. I don't do maths. All right. All right, cool. So that looks pretty sweet. I really want to go back and look at the other one, see where I was at an hour in. I'm very curious.
let me see. I'll see if I can do that for you.
Okay. Just out of curiosity. Yeah, so that's pretty cool. I like that. Let's go ahead and get rid. I'm gonna go. So I am starting to see there's a lot of edges here, so I'm gonna turn my profiles off. If you ever, it doesn't make a huge difference, but it definitely makes SketchUp quicker, snappier, if it doesn't have to generate those profiles. So I tend to turn it off as soon as I got like a lot of repetitive geometry like this. But yeah, that's coming together. Let's switch to this. So I'm gonna put a circle. I'm
gonna be honest.
Am I behind?
You were using up your whole damn 2.5 hours last time because you were. Let me just grab a little screenshot and I'll post it on the on the forum.
I like it.
I'm gonna grab you at a proper 60 minutes though. Yeah, you were still working on the leg. You hadn't even gotten to the lattice yet.
Oh, that was back 4 years ago. I didn't know what the hell I was doing back then. All right, so here's the center of all my stuff. I want to put a circle at the middle of that. I already forgot how big this is. Let 136. That's right. So I'm gonna just draw an edge straight up, and
All right, there you go.
so 136.
I mean, 5 minutes from now. Wait, 10 minutes from now. Back then, you started to have the legs all in there, but yeah, you're considerably farther along this time.
Nice. There we go. So that is a 48-sided circle directly over top of our current tower. Look at that dork.
I know,
All
right?
slow. Silly.
Shaggy hair. His desktop's brown. Is that back when you were using just a piece of gigantic plywood as your?
No, that
your
was
desk?
actually in the old building. That was the conference table that was in that room we used to have.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. All right. So now what I want to do, I'm going to take that and I'm going to build a single profile of this shape right here that is 68 feet. So I'm going to come up here, drop straight down to here, come out 68 feet. There we go. I'm going to turn on X-ray so I can draw on top of this pretty good. Just a little bit of a taper. So come over here like this. This way.
That's interesting. So you didn't even start working on the middle piece until 2 hours in. You're busy building the top. You spent an hour basically building the disc up top.
Interesting. Interesting. Well played, me.
My, how the turntables.
Have turned. I think this goes like that. And then... All right, so this part actually has two pieces. It has ribs that go out on each part also. But the main piece kind of comes like this. And then this actually need to draw a Bezier curve for after I save, of course. Yeah, I don't know if this is before or after the great Notre Dame incident. But, sure how well that Aaron saves either. All right, boom, check it.
So Notre Dame was before that because that was in April of 2019, and this model, the Space Needle, was in December of 2019.
Perfect. All right.
So you were probably really good at saving then.
I had the scars. I had the bruises. Okay, so I have this profile. I'm going to make this its own group. So I'm going to grab that, make it a group. I'm going to grab it by the middle. And I'm going to drop that on the middle of here. Now, I don't want to just take that and spin it around because this is the outside edge. So I actually got to get this face lined up, not with a corner, but with a face. So I'm going to rotate it ever so slightly. I'm going to grab this and bring it around to the middle of one of these edges like that. Whoops, I'm rotating the wrong group. Get rid of X-ray. There we go. Take that and move it to right here. It's a minor thing, but if I had done that, it may have distorted my geometry. But this should work good. So let's find out. Let's grab this. I think, yeah, I did. And I want to follow me with this, which actually not look. If I look at this, it kind of looks like a A Warner Brothers witch. Remember that the witch that bothered around with Bugs Bunny, that like broken pointy nose. Anyhow,
Like every time she took off, it would just leave like the little
clothespin or
thingies
hairpins.
dangling in the air.
Yeah,
Clothespins. Yeah.
yeah. That looks like
No, I don't
her.
remember that.
Uh, Focusing. All right, so I went in with follow me. This is a group right now, so I can't click on a group to follow me, but I can right click and hit uh, edit group. And I'm still in follow me right now, so if I click this, it should just swing that around. Beautiful. Everything except this. That doesn't look, that looks a little too thin. Something didn't go right there. Let me check this again. That should be right. Should. So at that top, that should be about 2 feet wide. There's really no reason to keep this separate, so I'm just go ahead and explode it. Watch that again. Tools. Follow me. Weird. Also lost my thing at the bottom here. Wait, no, maybe it didn't. Is this looking underneath? Let me see
I
what
don't even
happens
know
if I
what's going on
just
right now.
get rid of that taper altogether. I may have manufactured anyhow. Let's grab this. Tools. Follow me. The rest of it looks pretty good, though. Did I not have it centered? Let's see.
That seems kind of weird. Seems like it'd be a kind of thing you model in place.
Oh, as opposed to follow meing that? I don't think I had something off center because it's not. It is not the right size. Oh, but it looks good.
That's the important part.
That's really what matters, right? Yeah, I'm not sure why. I feel like I'm a little bit narrower up here than it should be. 27. Just out of curiosity. 30 feet. All right, so I'm gonna undo a couple times. So if I take this over here to the 6910 and 66. I'm not anywhere near the center. What? Let's try that again.
How'd that happen? How did that happen? You got all distracted by your whole thoughts about the witch. Or maybe that's what it is. It's witch magic, witchcraft.
That was dumb. You know, this is probably something people don't normally. I guess this is just a hazard. Is spending time trying to figure out why something's not working right, rather than just like doing it again. Okay, there we go. Done. Oh, I took the taper off of that, so let's grab that. Too many years in QA right here. That's my problem. Let's make a group out of that. And we will just take that. Put that down here. So I have an option right now. I could grab this piece, break it into smaller chunks. I think that's going to make it easier to detail. Yeah, I don't want to do it, but I kind of feel like I should do it. All right, so here's what I'm talking about. If I come in here and I start, what would be the best way to break this out? I guess I could start deleting. That's always a safe way to, I believe they call this destructive design right here. Let's start destroying things, and then yeah, see what happens.
See what happens.
What's the worst that could happen? He says,
Mess
with a
around
smile
and
on his
find out.
face. That's right.
That's not actually how that phrase goes, but
So let's. Well, this got tricky. There we go. What I really could have done, what I probably really should have done, is just gonna follow me for a couple segments, and that would have made this a whole lot easier. All right, not too bad. Come down here. The only spots really that are an issue is like this. There's an extension called from TIG called Split Donut. I don't think I have installed, despite my affinity for donuts. That will,
donuts.
yeah, that will actually break those geometries automatically, which is really, really cool. Makes it a little bit easier. So you're not in here like stitching these pieces together. But stitching, I think worst ways to spend 5 minutes.
5 minutes of stitching is it's calming, it's relaxing.
It is.
An hour of stitching is not.
Yeah. Agree to disagree, Jody. All right. So let's see. If I grab this, do I have the ability to find the center of that? I don't think I can. Even if I weld it, I don't think I can find the center of it, right? Because it still sees it as a curve.
Yeah, it's gone. Now you
All right.
could, since it's an even number of segments, if you could go straight across, you could create a little, like
So
that.
yeah, so here's when I have to do this, right? So I have to find the center again. Here's what I'll do. I'll grab a point. I'll go to where I think the edge is, and then I'll look at the length. So this says 87.3. If it's the center, it's the farthest I can get from that first point. So the points on either side should be equally shorter than 87.3. So if I come this way, it's 87.75. This way is 87.75. So that is the middle. Let me be honest with you. I don't usually hit it on the first try like that. So, way to go me on that right there. Same thing up here. As I come up here, I'm going to have to go find the center of this circle. So I'll come over here like this. 1, 3, 7 16ths. If I slide over 1, 1, 3, 7 16. Wait a minute.
Would you say the name of that split donut? Is it called split donut?
I believe so.
TIG split donut, or
I think so. TIG has some split tools, I think they're called. Okay, so here I'm too small. This is too tiny. They're all the same. All right, so I'm gonna wing it and then clean it up if I have to afterwards. All right, so there we go. Delete that, delete that. All right, that should totally separate everything. So I could select all of this, get rid of it, get rid of that, get rid of that, get rid of that. At this point, I'm kind of feel like I'm filling air because 3 year ago Aaron is just so slow. That guy.
I know, right?
I seem to have misplaced a chunk that I want.
What's really interesting is 3-year-old Aaron sounds a lot younger, too.
Yeah, I bet he's got less gray too, huh?
Probably, yeah.
Still connected somewhere. There we go. Not connected here where I want to be. All right, we got a chunk. We have the chunk. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna make it a component. 1/48 of a needle topper.
Nice precision in your naming.
Yeah, let's see anybody else use that name. All right, we got that. Now what I can do, now I can take this and I can rotate it about this middle piece right here. From here to here 47 times. And there we go. I got my thing back. But now I could come in and I could add details quick and easy. So if I wanted to grab one of these, I come in here and say, okay, offset this piece. I'll push it in to get that window detail. Yes. Same thing here. Let's offset. Actually, let's start by smoothing this and that and that. Let's just get it all nice and smooth, okay? All right, there we go. Then I'll offset this. Push that in. There we go. So now I have those windows, quick and easy. Some spots looks like it's intentionally not smoothed. So actually, I think, you know what? I think this section is like these ribs that stick out. Yeah, see that? See that detail there? That's this right here. So we can do that too. So we can go, see how it looks. Got one coming out.
Unsmooth. Rough it up a little bit.
That's right. Let's make a mess. Good at that. All right. So I'm going to come on the edge here, draw an edge parallel to this, like that. I'm going to come here. Actually, I'm going to draw this edge in real quick. Take that option, copy it over just a bit like that, and then connect it back together. Sweet. Oops. That was not what I wanted to do. I copied it over. What I'm actually looking for is a parallel edge. Like that. All right. I'm going to take this piece. Oh, I'm not in context. Let's grab that. Cut that. Come in context. Edit. Paste in place. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. All right. Now this, I'll take this piece. I'm just going to push it down a touch. I'm going to grab this edge. I'm going to divide it by a bunch, roughly. I'm going to draw a bunch of edges that are parallel to this. Too long. Oops. Grab that edge. I gotta hide the rest of them off. The rest of this. Nope, that was, oof, man. Similar component. There we go. All right, and I'm gonna take it. Option. I'm gonna copy it down to that next point. 20x. Whoa, that's perfect. I mean,
almost looked deliberate.
Of course. What else would you expect? All right, I'll bring that up like that much. Do every other one like this. I'm just simulating that. I don't know. It's great. I think it might be all the way open, but something like that maybe. We got that detail on there.
That looks pretty good.
Hmm?
It's almost like you were there.
It is. I think that repeats on the bottom too. I don't really. Yeah. See that?
Based on the many pictures of the bottom, yeah.
Yeah.
But there's also some sort of ribs that kind of stick out too. So
out of here, right? Out of this thing?
no, they're like underneath it all. I think there's a picture on the form.
Oh, these down here. Yes. I have to do that too. So these guys.
Yeah, those.
Yeah. Those are speed fins. So
okay.
It goes quicker. I wonder how close I am to the right size where I could just take this. Make it a group.
I'm kind of feeling like you're going to have more done in 2 hours than you had in 2.5 hours last time.
We'll see. Hey, maybe I did get gooder at this.
Can always hope.
Yeah. All right, so I'm going to put this right here. that part should line up. I'm not sure if I can scale this negatively to line up also or not. I might have to do some manipulation. I'm going to go a little bit high. Okay. You know when you get to that point where you're like, yeah, is this good or am I working on creating pain for myself? Am I gonna make a mess that is gonna be so painful, difficult to clean up?
Will you suffer for these decisions later?
Yeah, yeah. It like very short, very quickly. About like, is this gonna hurt in like another 30, 40 seconds when I explode this group? But yeah, there's only one way to find out. Live and suffer, or learn.
That's one of those moments where you acknowledge that undo is the single best command that can be added to
I
an
love the undo.
application.
Yeah. So that gives me that. I like that.
Nice.
All right. I kind of like that. I come in here real quick. Shift. Oops. Shift erase all this. I'm going to unerase some pieces up here because it looks like I actually want to see the facets here. Not here so much. Also, I don't know if anybody here is in rep Seattle, but when we went, it appeared that there was like a fresh coat of bright orange paint for the 60th birthday party. The needle was looking good. It was popping against the
Yes.
skyline. Ooh.
How close did you get to it? How
We
close
were
were
literally a
you?
couple miles away. Well, actually, we drove past it where we were close and we can kind of look up at it as we went by. But again, we needed to film just a context shot saying, hey, look, we're really in Seattle and not somewhere else. So we had to get back a little bit further. But it is a very cool building. I'm just jump in here and do a little smoothing. Smooth that edge right there. Smooth that edge right there. Yeah, that's the stuff. That is all right. Okay. So I want to grab a section. I'm going to grab this section right here. And I'm going to take it and I'm going to plop it back on the reference from which it came. Something like that. All right. And now I'm just going to sculpt out these wings right here. Why did that not close up? Uh-oh. Oh, because I'm totally out of plane.
Yeah, you're playing in the wrong spot.
That's why. Come on, man. Grow up. All right, try that again.
Look at that. You're making all these crazy mistakes and still faster than
Slow
3 year
guy.
younger Aaron. Although maybe he made a lot more errors.
Probably. He was not that bright.
It's true. I remember him.
Yeah, I can say that. You can't. All right. So now slide this over. I can see why this is not closing. I'm still out of plane. What the heck?
What's going on? Everything
Um,
okay over there?
no, obviously not. Uh, let's see. Let's see what's happening. Oh, am I?
So the question been asked if you've saved. Actually, no, it was a command. It was straight up save statement. Maybe it's time. Maybe this is a good time to do
All
that.
right, I'll take a break and save. All right, back at it. You know, I was actually thinking about that because somebody was,
Quit saving.
yeah, just the process of saving. Like, no, not Siri, saving.
I don't understand why what I said that sounded like that. Oh well.
All right, so now
Thanks, Siri.
take that.
The process of saving.
Yeah,
What
and
were you
use
thinking?
how writing to your hard disk used to not be like necessarily a quick and easy thing to do. Why is that still out of plane?
I don't know. Maybe you're distracted. Maybe is your desk lopsided?
Oh,
That's probably it.
I got some risers up on my mice. No, I don't know what's going on here. Uh, unfortunately, I'm drawing this in like the worst possible. I don't actually need this here. I don't need you. Let's try this. Let's just do the whole thing again. So I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna come down like this. I'm on plane. Why am I in context? What am I in? Oh, maybe that's why. Let's get rid of all this. I think I'm working on some other axes. Just draw this flat, not in context at all. Drop that down to here. Now I'm going to draw my Bezier. It's going to go like from here to here. Pull out something like this. There we go. And then I'm going to take that, copy that, copy that. I'm
Copy
going to
that.
come over to one of these. See how close this is. Paste it. Totally different angle. That's cool. That's cool. I can work with this. I'm going to make it a group temporarily. And I'm going to grab that. This goes right here at this point. And then it's going to rotate from the flat. This edge right here is going to end up on this edge. Yes. I'm going to explode that. I'm going to intersect that face. Model. Okay, never mind then. I don't really care.
Nice. If you act like you don't care, then it'll behave better.
That's right. See, I didn't need you anyway. There we go. Oh, look at those fins!
Oh, looking legit. Oh, I think they're out of plane. I'm just kidding. It's just fun to say.
Almost came through the internet. Dove through the meat.
Why you? Total Homer Simpson moment.
Absolutely. All right. Let's chuck a banquet hall up on here. This thing right here. Look at this guy. So this just sits right on top of these pieces that we already have. Hey, save.
Save.
Sits right
By
on
the way,
top of
you're
that.
using that same blue reference file 3 years ago.
This one? That's
Yep.
awesome.
Yep.
So that dumbass isn't all up. I mean, that guy isn't all that bad. Sorry. It was insulting me though. Is that really? Do I have to worry about? Is that inappropriate? I don't know. Anyhow, moving on.
I
All right.
I feel like it's okay as long as self-deprecation is fine to a point, but all of a sudden, if we're worried that you're taking it too serious, we have to take a step back and just breathe.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right.
Or maybe you can be mad at you can call your old self stupid as long as you're acknowledging that you're a better person now.
That sounds good. I like that. All right. So this is about a third of the way up between here and here. So I'm just going to come to like there. I'm going to come across. I'm getting some rough geometry in that I can use to just pull around with scale. This is not like a how to definite best way, best practice kind of thing. This is more just how would I go about getting approximate geometry in here. Same thing here. So I'm going to push this back about there. And then right about there, I'm going to drop a line vertically. Yes. And then I'm going to take that and I'm going to rotate it at that point. Okay. That was kind of cool. That was pretty, like I got that mass in there. Not quite sure how. Let's pull it back a little bit here. Push pull, please. Move. All right, move.
So Alejandro just popped up, and I just wanted to give shout out because I saw his new plugin, his new extension, and so I figure it's worth calling it out, saying, "Hey, that thing looks cool."
Yeah, it looks very cool. There's some sweet plugins coming out in the near future. I'm excited. We got a new wave of plugins coming out. All right, so I'm seeing how this overlaps right here. I think what I want to do. I need a shortcut apparently for hide similar components because I've never had this issue where I need it so much as I do lately.
Well, it's nice to see that there's new trends happening. Maybe the old you had
Something
that
new.
shortcut.
No, because then he'd probably be already done by now. Told you that guy's not that. It's not all that bright. All right, I'm just still just roughing in geometry at this point. Get my geometry to all line up on all three sides. For no particular reason, just because it looks nicer. A little more here. A little hangnail right there. All right, so there we go. We got the roughed in geometry like that. I feel like I can do something like this. I'll make the roof on first for no particular reason.
It's funny you mentioned roof on first because I don't know how much you make your way around town, but up there by Sunset Pool,
Mm-hmm.
they tore down some huge building. I have no idea what it is, and they're building, I guess, a new water tower. But they literally put up the entire scaffolding, and it appears they're building the roof and then going down from there to build this thing, which is the weirdest design decision I have ever seen.
I used to back when I would teach uh, building design. I would always joke about how the nice thing in software is you could start at the top and work your way down. So you could model a roof first, then put a building underneath it. And if you're doing something like tracking gravity loads, like making sure that building's going to support itself, that's kind of a nice way to do it, right? Because you're working the same way the gravity is. You put a wall in here, you need to go underneath and support it, that kind of thing. Very rarely does that work out well in the real world, though.
In the real world. And I need to probably drive by there every day just so I can see the progress. The progress, in case maybe I'm just wrong. But I mean, I look at it and it looks like it's a roller coaster because it's all it is scaffolding. I'm just like, what is happening here? It's been up like that for almost a week, and I'm still confused every time I drive by it. But maybe there's people here in the crowd that make water tanks for a living, and they can explain why
Yeah,
you
it's
might
your
be doing that.
classic top-down
Tap
water
down water
tower
tank.
design. Yeah, that's how we do it.
Yeah.
All right, there we go. That's what I was trying to get to. Speaking of top down, I kind of did exactly that. I did this quite backwards. All right, so what I want here. There we go. Yes, now I'm going to push pull this up. And then I'm going to put some roof on. What? Don't start with me. I'm not. Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Come on, geometry. Come on, accurate geometry. Why are you being difficult?
What's going on with you, geometry? We used to be friends.
It's kind of hard to tell exactly what's going on here, but I'm gonna take a guess. I'm gonna make some things up is what I'm really going to do. Actually, I'm just gonna start with this. Start here like this. That up to here.
I really I would prefer to just always modeling components with them arrayed around like that so that
It
you
is
get to
fun.
see kind of the magic happening in the background.
It's definitely fun. And then if you have the option using autofold like this is a good time right here.
Yeah. For years, whenever we would go to like trade shows or conventions or whatever, someplace where we'd be showing off SketchUp and there would be people that were new to it, you could literally you draw just like a basic box and then you use a push pull and pull something on it, and it was like watching fireworks. You'd always get people to be like, ooh. It was one of the probably one of the highlights of my SketchUp career is eliciting that response from such simple modeling behavior.
Totally agree. That's always a fun time. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I started just playing around and kind of stopped paying attention to what I was doing just now. I don't know what is this? What is this mess I have made? Oh my gosh. Hold on. Scorched earth time. I gotta clean this up. We gotta get to something real.
I feel like Keggy's comment is very appropriate. He said, "Is the elevator going to have an issue getting past that bit?"
Well, I left. So here's there. I got an elevator bay right here. But possibly, maybe so. All right, we're just gonna close this up. All right. Sorry, I really apologize. I'm just like drawing things now. Oh, okay. Pay attention.
Sometimes that happens. I don't think that you are alone in the. Sometimes you just start playing with the what ifs of what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if I'm being quite honest here, it's one of the things I like about SketchUp is it is pretty easy to just go in and goof around, make a mess, and then come back to reality later and make it happen. On the side, where's that from? All right. Anyhow,
Any old way, any old who.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, good times. Good times. All right. This line is on the red axis. This line is not. Okay, that's my problem. There we go. Because that now should get me a closed plane right here, which that I can extend out either direction. I'm just gonna somewhere around here. Bring that straight up, back over here. There it is. That is the slope I'm looking for. Keep that way. All right, and then that's what I want. That took a little ways to get to, but that was all I was looking for.
Took the long way around.
Yeah, but again, so again, going back to the old days, doing building design and that kind of stuff, and I think it's kind of nice to have the ability to go in and just, muck about, I guess you could call it, just draw stuff.
I guess somebody can call it that for sure.
Yeah. Well, I guess I just did. So
yeah, I was there. I heard you.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah, and then of course, you always have the option to hit undo an insane number of times, and I don't actually know what this roof looks like, but I'm making stuff up. And sweet. So this is the problem I run into with components is which line where is part of which component. So missing pieces. So go straight up, and then in the middle here. Where's my midpoint? Where is my midpoint? There we go. Straight up. Take that back to. Let's hide the rest of the model. All right. Let's get rid of everything else. Oh, that's why. So I have the bottom over here. So that is the one danger you run into. Trying to, where am I at? 140. Okay, I need to wrap this up. This has me done.
Yeah, build an elevator.
You want the car? Come on, that's boring, right?
Oh, yeah, maybe. I don't know.
There we go. Why is that not closing? Right. I can't. I used it up. I was going, well,
I'm sorry. I don't feel like you're using words right now.
I'm not. That was full on baby grunting right there.
It was very much so.
Why can't I get a rectangle here? I want a rectangle because it's a triangle. First off, 3 sides. Whenever I have this problem, I start stitching like this till I identify the problem, and then try just redrawing a smaller section. Well, that stitched one part together and lost me the rest of my roof. All right, I'm spending way too much time on this. Hold on. Let's make a group. All right. And then grab these three.
I
Reverse.
don't know if it's my headset or your stupid microphone thing, but you keep getting quiet and then all of a sudden it catches back on.
That's probably just some mumbling and some complaining noises that I'm making. All right.
It could be. Maybe it's auto censoring
Yeah,
your gibberish.
that's probably it. All right. So let's do this. Let's come in here. Let's get some details on this thing. This gets pushed back like this. This gets an arc. Actually, this gets a Bezier. The windows kind of go like that, and those actually carry back here too. Parallel that. Oh, that is parallel. Goes back like that. I'm gonna push these windows in just a touch. Just a touch. All right. And now we have that kind of comes down and then gives a little swoopy underneath. And then we have some more fins. So I'm gonna do that with Bezier. Bezier curve. Come into context because I'm smart. Bezier curve from here. Right. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-ish. 8-ish fins. So here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to grab this and make it a group. I'm going to copy over and down, something like that. Yeah. I'm going to trim that. Like this. There we go. And deselect all that. Grab that line. Copy that up here so it's the same spot. And then I can just cut out everything except for that section of fin that I want. And give it a little bit of depth. Oops. I'm going to weld it first. Grab all the curves and then turn off the spots that are straight because I don't want those to weld. Right click, weld edges, push pull that over, something like that. And I'm going to take that and move it in. Grab it, option. Woo-hoo. Keep you guessing there, I guess. Put that right there.
I guess.
I'm going to divide that by 7. Gives me my fins. There we go. So I might go a little bit further and come in here. Let's see. Offset like that. Grab edge like that. I'm going to take that. Option copy that straight over here. I'll divide that by 10. Try that again. Option copy that bar off the end. Divide by 10. And then just take those, scoot them in. That's too far. That'll hit the guys on the other end. We'll do the same thing over here. Pull this down the same exact size. Trim this geometry. Grab it. Option copy it over to here. By that by like 5 maybe? 4. There we go. Same push pull. And unfortunately, I didn't make this I don't know if I could do that, but I'll do that one last time on the other edge. Just so everything looks the same. 5x4. Push pulls, push pulls, push pulls, push pulls. All right. I'm calling it. Hour and 47 minutes.
Nice. 45 minutes faster than the previous version.
That's right.
And previous version, I don't think had quite as much going on with that middle tower. Or maybe it's the same. No, maybe it's the same.
I'm going to do a little bit of cleanup here. I'm going to grab these edges. You can keep the clock running if you need to. Grab those edges right there, and I'm going to hide them. The same thing here.
I just want to comment that this had a runtime of just under 3 hours.
Oh gosh, did that guy ever get anything done ever?
Yeah, I don't know what's going on back then.
All right, and I'm gonna go run into my tags, turn my references off, clean up my graveyard. Tyson. You know, some guys like to leave a bunch of stuff like that laying around, but I choose not to.
Not to point any fingers, but somebody named Bison Barchner.
That's the guy. All right, I'm gonna grab all this. All of this. Make that one single group. Grab that and drop it right here. I'm struggling with my snap points today.
Mercury's in retrograde or something like that.
Stupid retrograded Mercury. All right. Command S. Now, last step. Let's hop on to the old warehouse. And let's see what yesterday Aaron was up to all those years ago. And I think I can find it because I think I called it as modeled live. So I think I could call it the Space Needle Live.
Let's see. Space Needle as live modeled. Yep.
Download that. Yeah, bring it directly in. Oh, you think you're cool because you got an extra base over here, huh? What? Tyson!
Look at you. You have a graveyard.
Dang it. All right, I'm gonna... Okay, I may have paid more attention to what was going on at the bottom then. But let's drop this to about that same height. Nope, that was not what I wanted at all. Okay. Interesting. That's about the same height. It's pretty close.
That's pretty close.
Well, look, I mean, you want to talk about issues with the elevator.
Ooh.
Come on. Like, that's, yeah. That's not going anywhere. No windows. What did this guy even do for 3 hours?
I feel like you had a different co-host and they probably just kind of distracted you, and
it's the co-host's fault.
Yep.
Oh, I didn't put these pieces in. There are supports that go across here. There are ties that go in there. I did not get in. Okay. Okay, this is cool. These little bars rather than this. I don't know which is more accurate, but it's different. We got a little. Look how fancy this is on the top here. Oh,
It's got a little cork on the top so nobody accidentally gets poked.
like a low poly acorn or a cup. If you were to take this and you were to just like grab that geometry, which is in here somewhere. There we go. Grab that geometry and you just scale it like this. It's like a large drink from McDonald's or something. Actually, this is probably a stir stick, and this is a venti latte.
There you go. I mean, Seattle.
Yeah.
The home of coffee. That's right. Isn't that where coffee was invented or something?
Little Mermaid. Yeah, it's where coffee stores were born. Well, I feel pretty good. I mean, I kind of like what came out of this. This is pretty cool in an hour less time than last time.
Pretty crazy.
I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to complain about that at all.
Maybe back then you like had other stuff you were supposed to do afterwards, and so you're like, I might as well take 3 hours to do this.
I don't want to do my expense reports. Let's model some more.
I'll drag my feet while modeling this Space Needle.
Pretty cool. I mean, some of this stuff's pretty. So I did a full on hexagon for that middle piece. Some of the stuff is pretty. I don't know how I made these pieces though.
Yeah, well, they did take a lot longer back then.
Cool. Well, hey, that was fun. Hope you guys liked that. Job. It was a good model in the end. It was good stuff. I'm gonna get rid of this garbage. There we go. Let's celebrate the good stuff. Actually,
it's a 3-day weekend in Norway too. Now I'm wondering what's going on in Norway that they also get them.
Are you memorializing things?
That's a good question.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, hey, we will call it, guys. This was a lot of fun. I appreciate you guys hanging out with us. It was a good time to go just kind of grab something like a well-known structure and just try to figure out how to get a model that looks like it in an hour. And actually, so that was a little over an hour and a half because we talked for we probably talked for a little too long at the beginning. I apologize, guys, if you ever, but it's Friday. This is when we relax. It's when we have fun. But yeah, that was fun.
3-day weekend in Hungary. 3-day weekend everywhere. Maybe everybody's just getting in on Memorial Day now. I'm cool with that.
That's cool. You guys can have it. You guys can celebrate with us. I'm good with that. Yeah. Well, hey, enjoy your 3-day weekend wherever you are. And if you don't get one, celebrate in your heart. Don't work very hard on Monday.
Pretend Monday is still the weekend and don't work so hard.
Yeah. Sleep in a little late. Knock off early. That sort of thing. Cool. Well, hey, guys, we will call it here. Thanks again for hanging out with us. This is a lot of fun. It's always a good time to hang out with you guys. Yeah, enjoy. If it's just a regular weekend, enjoy that. If you got that extra day, make the most of it. Yeah. And we'll
enjoy your weekend, however long it may be.
That's the way to do it. So we will be here. Somebody will be here. I think Tyson was Eric last week.
Tyson was last week, but I think he's filling in for Eric.
Yeah, because Eric will be gone next week. So yeah, Tyson will be back here modeling something. Something will happen here next week. So same sketchy time, same sketchy channel. Nah, I've tried that before. It didn't work before either.
It still didn't work.
Yeah. Come on back. All right. See you guys.
See you guys.